Hey traders, so in this video, I'm going to reveal the best way to use the alligator indicator. And I can guarantee you've never heard of this strategy before from any video ever, so make sure to watch the full video. So first of all, we all know that the trends on the market doesn't always happen. Sometimes the market is stagnant and flat. In fact, research shows that the financial markets and individual securities trend just 15 to 30% of the time, and going sideways ranges at 70 to 85% of the time. Ranges and sideways movements are very bad in trading. In fact, most trading losses comes from when the market is on a range and not have a clear trend. So what if there's an indicator that can not only good at detecting trends, but also detects when the market is on a range? Because as traders, we profit from trends. That is why it is very important to be able to identify those points when the market is trending. That is what the Williams Alligator is for. The Alligator is easy to use and can find trade setups based on how close together or how far apart the lines are, resembling an alligator opening and closing his mouth. This indicator can be used in combination with other analysis techniques. The alligator uses 3 smooth moving averages. It consists of 3 lines that is all named from parts of an alligator's mouth. First, we have the green line, the lips, which is a 5-period simple moving average smoothed by 3 bars on a subsequent value. Then we have the red line, called the teeth, which is an 8-period moving average smoothed by 5 bars on a subsequent value. And a blue line called the jaw, which is a 13-period simple moving average smoothed by 3 bars on a subsequent value. So the main focus of the Williams Alligator is the lips, or the green line, which is the faster moving average out of the other 2 moving averages. The movement of the lips determines whether or not we take a long position or a short position. So the way we use the indicator is actually very simple. So when the lips crosses downwards through the other lines, it indicates that there may be a chance that the market is on a downtrend. And if the green line crosses upwards through the other line, it indicates that there may be a chance that the market will be uptrending. But don't take positions yet. There are other important factors that we need to discuss before confirming that it's a trend. So remember I said that the Williams Alligator can also identify ranges in the market? So the way we identify the ranges is when the lines are closer together and often cross multiple times in the middle section without a clear direction. You can make an analogy of this as the alligator is still sleeping because there is no trend. You can see in this chart the lips did cross downwards, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's on a downtrend yet, because you can see after that the lines are still intertwined with each other and constantly crosses without a clear direction. We can also identify if a strong trend momentum is happening in the market is by looking if the lips crosses over through the other lines, plus the slower lines following in that direction. So example in this chart, the lips crosses over upwards while creating a gap between the lines. These gaps are very important because it shows how strong a trend is. The wider the gap, the stronger the trend will be. Usually, the direction of the lines also determine how strong the trend is. If the lines are spread apart and is heading significantly upwards, it means the price is on a strong uptrend. And when the lines are facing in a significant downwards direction, it means it's on a strong downtrend. The alligator can also indicate if a trend is weakening. As a trend comes to an end, the lines will come closer together, indicating that you should be prepared to close your position. So the classic way of using the indicator is to wait for the green line to cross over the other lines. When the green line crosses below, you take a short position, and when the green line crosses above, you take a long position. Well, that's actually the worst way you can think of using the alligator strategy, because the alligator is inherently a lagging indicator. So if you waited for the lines to cross over, you would have entered in a trade very late. You will miss huge trends like this. So after I tested different indicators over the years, I also found the best way that you can utilize the alligator strategy. So here's how the strategy goes. So first, what you need to look at is the lips. So the lips can be either above, below, or inside the other two lines. So if the lips are above the lines, you wait for a candle to close below the middle line, the teeth. So if the green line is above the other two lines and a candle closes below the teeth, you take a short position. It's the same with the long position. If the green line is below the other two lines and a candle closes above the teeth, you take a long position. So if we used this method instead of the traditional method, we actually caught the trend early. If we used the traditional way of waiting for the green line to cross over the other lines, you would have missed the trend here because it's a very late indicator. So that was for my entry signal, and our exit signal is actually very simple as well. So you close your trade when a candle hits the green line, the lips. So let me give you an example here. So here, as you can see in this chart, the green line is above the other two lines and the candle closes below the purple middle line. That means it's a short signal, so you need to take a short position. But unfortunately, the price reverses instead of continuing. But luckily for us, because of our exit signal, we would have exited the trade here because our stop loss is at the green candle. Same for our take profit as well. In this chart, you can see the lips are above the two lines and the price drops to below the teeth. So you take a short position here. Notice that the take profit is so effective because it gives out early signals so we don't lose most of our profits. Another way you can utilize the Williams Alligator is by combining it with another indicator. I found it best work with the 200 EMA because it shows the overall trend on the market. So the way you trade this indicator combination is by only taking long positions if the price is above the 200 EMA and only taking short positions if the price is below the EMA. So for example, you can see here that the price is below the EMA line, and because it's below, it means we are only taking signals that display a short position. So signals that display a long position would be ignored. Because remember, the overall trend is bearish. So here, we see the lips are above the other lines and the price closes below the teeth. So you take a short position here. And our exit signal would be when the price hits the green line. So you'd close your position here for a good profit. So to summarize the video, do not use the alligator for the crossover strategy if you want to make money because it's a very late signal. Instead, use the method that I just showed you. So I just gave you a potential winning indicator that you can implement right now. And all I ask for in return is just like the video and subscribe to the channel. It literally only takes 2 clicks and it really means a lot to me. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video.